Hi, I'm Tay. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. And today, since we are officially a quarter of the way through the year, I'm actually going to be doing a quarterly goal check-in. I'm going to go through the goals that were on my vision board, and I know that I've kind of fallen off the wagon, and so I'm going to come up with a plan to get reared back up into those and just see what we need to do to get that done. So let's get into it. So, like most of us do, I started this year super strong with all my goals. I had a goal in January to every day I wanted to drink 90 ounces of water. We also did not do fast food in January. And then also, it wasn't actually on my goals, it was actually my February goal, but I wanted to read for 10 minutes every day. I actually started that at the end of January because it just worked out into my routine. And I was like, if I just start doing it now, it won't be such a big deal in February. And I kind of had this goal and this plan in my head that I was going to do like 30-day goals. And there's this whole theory that it takes, 30 days to create a habit, blah, 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 all this stuff. And then the second week of February hit. And um, two things happened. The first thing that happened was my daughter started cutting 4 teeth, I think, give or take. And this caused her to start sleeping like a newborn again. And so to this day, we are not really sleeping at night. So we're 2 months in to fighting with her for sleep again, which if you've been following me for a while, you know that my daughter has always hated sleeping. So anytime that something happens that her sleep gets disrupted, it takes quite some time to get her back into it. I try all the things and it just is what it is. We're finally just now getting to where she's not waking up every hour and a half. Like, she's still waking up more than she had been previously, but it's less than we were at in February. So that's good. It's good. But still, so that happened, which just, when you're super tired, the last thing you feel like doing is doing things in your life that are harder than the habits that you currently have. I mean, just gonna be honest. And the second thing that happened was I actually had a project at my engineering job that kind of skyrocketed, and I was putting in quite a bit of overtime, and I, had some things that fell off the wayside because of that. So that project's wrapped up. We're sleeping a little bit more. It's the beginning of April, and we're gonna get back to it and see what we need to get done. So, that said, if you have not seen the video where I go through what all of my yearly goals are, I will actually have that linked below. I did a whole vision board video about creating a vision board, but in there I actually go through how I make my goals, the categories that I set goals in, how many I do, just different things like that. And so the first category of my personal goals is my health. And for my health, I do split it up body, mind, and soul. And I can tell you right now, I will need to reevaluate and I am going to try to cut back on pop. I drank a ton of water in January, and then after everything picked back up and we weren't sleeping, I'm back to drinking Dr. Pepper like you need to live on Dr. Pepper. So, the three things that I have listed under body is eat better, drink more water, and spend more time outside. And I have not really been doing any of those, especially eating better. I, we have, when I work a whole bunch of overtime, and my husband actually just started student teaching. And so he's like figuring out lesson planning and doing all the things. And I was working a whole bunch of overtime, and we ate out a lot, and we just throw like frozen pizzas and like make that for dinner a lot. And so eating better has not been a priority at all. So I do want to focus more on that. Drinking more water. I guess I have been drinking more water than I probably was before January. However, when I think about drinking more water. I want it to be like up like 90 ounces of water, and I'm probably drinking 40 ounces of water. So I'm not drinking a ton of water. And like I said, I'm drinking pop like it's my job. So we need to work on that. And spending more time outside has not happened because it's freaking cold outside and the wind has been crazy. And it's like in the Midwest, it's like the third fake spring. Like yesterday or 2 days ago, it was in the 70s. And then today there's snow on the ground. So, love the Midwest. It's great. As soon as it warms back up, though, I will be spending more outside. I seriously cannot wait. Cannot wait to get outside and start taking walks and playing outside. Aurora loves playing outside, so I'm very excited about that. So for the mind, I have literally done nothing that has helped my mind health, because the two things are to have unplugged time and then also have a do it anyway mindset. And when I'm tired, I have a I'll do it later mindset. And so, you know, we've been doing it later. And then unplugged time. I'm sure I have. I just haven't been super intentional about it. The soul part, however, I have that I would like to pray more and I want to spend more time in the Bible. I actually have been doing this. I did take, as soon as I hit submit on that big project at work I was telling you about, I took the next day off because I was just, I had ran myself ragged and I needed a mental health day. I think that's what they call it. And so I took myself out to lunch, and when I was sitting there at lunch, I did get my Bible out, I read it, and then it kind of like hooked me, and I have actually been reading my Bible every day. I have also found that I have the Bible app on my phone, and I've always used it as kind of a way to look at different translations. If I read a verse, I have a New King James Bible, and then the one that I carry with me is just the King James Bible, and those are very difficult to read at times. They're very like thou art blah blah blah. And so I've used the app on my phone to kind of translate it into an easier translation if I don't understand it. I like having the translations that I have, but there are times when I'm like, okay, I need a little bit of help interpreting this. So that's what I've typically used the Bible app for. And I have found that you can get a widget on your phone and there's like a verse of the day. So I have put the widget on my phone and I will show it right here. And it shows the verse of the day. So every morning, as soon as I get on my phone, that's the first thing that I read. Instead of getting on Instagram or Pinterest or whatever, I read that verse. And there's actually been a lot of times where I will actually click into the verse. I will read different translations of that verse. I will even read the whole chapter that that verse is in. And it has just been really good for me. And in turn of doing that, the more that I spend time in the Bible, the easier it is for me to pray more throughout the day. And so and I guess when I pray more, it's not technically like I'm not sitting there, being all formal about it, but a lot of times when I have like conversations in my head, like I have those conversations with God. So like when I'm sitting there just kind of talking to myself, I'm talking to God like we're having a conversation, like he's my friend, like that. And so I have been doing that. It has been great. And it's been making me really happy. So I have been doing that. And I guess if I'm doing any of the things that were on my goals, I'm happy that those are the ones that have kind of found their way into my life. And so, yeah, talked about that a lot longer than originally anticipated. All right, the next category of my personal goals was my house. And the first one said, be ready for company always. However, accept that your house should look lived in and be intentional with the things that you have. I've done none of this. For the last 2 weeks, maybe, my house has been like company ready. February was just not good, you guys. Like, there was like a week's worth of dishes on the counters, and it was just, it was not good. And so we did do better in March. And so right now that is it. Like I would feel comfortable with somebody coming to my house right now. Dishes are done, kitchen's clean. Most of the toys are picked up. So we are doing better. The second part of being intentional with what is in my house, I have not done that at all. I did declutter my bathroom. I am, however, completely redoing the office because right now it's kind of our storage area and my desk just has a whole bunch of stuff on it. And I typically have been working in the living room, which is not really working for me anymore. I miss my dual monitors in my office. And so my intention for the office is to get that all cleaned out, have my double monitors, and then I actually want to move some of Aurora's toys in there so that she can play in there while I'm working. And we will see how that will work out. And so that's my goal for tomorrow, is to get that all set up, which will be quite the task. And then but it will make that more functional, and I really need to get that office cleaned up because it's on the way to the bathroom and people are coming here for Easter and embarrassing. I haven't done anything with like the homesteading part of my wish list because it's freaking cold outside and I'm not gonna do new ventures outside when it's cold. We have done nothing with travel. For finances, this is the year that I want to learn really how to budget, and um, the year of savings, paying off debt, all those things. So we have at this point, like obviously we got our tax return. I did get like, I get some like end of the year bonuses and stuff that did come through. And so we did throw a lot of stuff towards our debt. We are also saving some because I'm pretty sure we're going to get a new air conditioner and furnace this year, which makes my tummy hurt, but it's something that needs to be done. And we also potentially need to work on the mower and all the things. So I do still have a cash reserve. We didn't throw everything at our debt, but I did throw a lot. And as for the year of savings, we spent like over $500 eating out last month, and so clearly it's going well. Family and friends, spend more time with my friends, whether that's in person, talking, texting, whatever. I actually have done this, and part of that was because with Aurora not sleeping, I actually, like, I did get very overwhelmed, very stressed. I was very irritable, and so there were a few times when it was like, listen, I need some time. And so I did go out to dinner with one of my friends and then actually a group of girls that I kind of knew the one, but the rest of them I didn't know, and that was super fun. I'm so glad I did that. And I the last couple weeks I've done really bad at texting all of my friends. Like I've texted them, but we haven't had like a hi, how are you? How is your life going conversations. And so I do need to do better about that. There for a while I was doing really well, and like I said, in January, like every other weekend I was hanging out with my friends or something. And yeah, then, like when I don't sleep, my threshold for people just shrinks, and all I want to do is be home and watch Heartland, and that's what I've been doing. So I need to make an effort to do that. Family dinners, we've done the normal amount of family dinners, and I'm talking about like family dinners at home and family dinners like with my family and stuff. We typically go out to eat with my immediate family at least once or twice a month, like at least. They live right down the road, and so it's not that hard. The last thing that I have is one of my goals this year was to curate a small Bible study group, and that is another thing I'm super happy about. We actually have our first meeting on Sunday, and it's really cool. I love what it morphed into. It's going to be in once a month in person, and also always like a Zoom Bible study. And so people that aren't super local are in it. So we're going to get all sorts of ideas, meet all new people. And I actually had the goal of it being like 5 or 6 people. And I'm not sure how many people are actually going to show up for the first meeting, obviously, because there's a big difference between showing interest and actually following through. But the amount of girls that were interested was 18 women in this group. And I am blown away. So excited. So I'm very excited to see what this turns into. And like I said, that's the first one's on Sunday. So I actually have really followed through with this goal. And like I said, I guess if I'm going to follow through with any of my goals this year, I'm glad that these are the ones that I chose. And these are just the ones that it just kind of happened. So the last category of personal is personal growth. And I can guarantee you before I even like reread these, I've done none. Because like I said, when I'm tired and I'm stressed, the last thing I'm going to do is do things that are harder than the habits I already have. So I guarantee I haven't done any of these. So learn something new every day, stop being a procrastinator, read every day. And no. No. Haven't done that. Um at all. So we just need to figure out that situation. Last category that I'm going to be talking about with you guys, because I don't talk about my 9 to 5 job. I typically keep private. So sorry. But then I will talk about my YouTube channel goals. And I have a goal of getting monetized by September this year. I want to be accepted into some sort of affiliate program. I want to come up with my first printable or my first product, and I want to get more consistent on my website and Instagram. The only thing I created a printable. I have not shared it yet, but I have came out with one. So that's like halfway checked off, but you know, the important part is actually sharing it with you guys. And so not really that great. Probably will do that probably next month. Um, but haven't done anything with an affiliate program. And as for being on track to get monetized by September, I have 74 of you guys and love every one of you. I still have the goal and I'm still working towards it. It is happening slower than I was hoping, but that's fine. I also have been distracted the last 2 months, and so I have not been putting as much as I would like to into Small Town Envy, just like sharing things, or there was a whole week where I didn't even publish videos, and so I'm sorry about that, but it just is what it is. We're gonna try to hit it hard and get it going again. So now that we've did a run through of how terrible that I've been doing at my goals, let's make some goals for April. Okay, so I am actually not going to put down any goals for like my healthy soul, because I feel like that is going to come naturally, because when I start this girls group, I am going to be spending even more time in my Bible, because I'm going to have to get done what I need to get done for the girls group. I'm actually leading the group, and so I will need to be prepared for that. So we will go to healthy body. I do want to cut down on pop. So I want to cut it down to, I want to have pop at the most twice a week, but my goal is going to be once a week. And I know I can do it. I've done this multiple times in my life. And so we're going to have pop once a week and see what happens. But when I don't drink pop, I obviously replace it with water. And so that'll get me back on track with that. And then also, we really need to eat out less. We always go out on Friday nights, like that's our thing. We've done that for years, and so that's not going to change. We are still going to go out on Friday nights, but I'm pretty sure like last week I went out to eat Wednesday through Sunday for at least one meal, and we gotta that's not going to work. And one, because I feel like crap, and two, because last month we spent $510 going out to eat. And like some of those, my husband and Aurora weren't with me, so need to fix that. So we'll set a goal of, so we can go out 6 times a month, 6 times this month. So every Friday and then like 2 other days. I do not count when we go out to eat like with my parents or with my family. That's just our family time. And so those do not count towards our going out to eat. I do want to set another goal this month, is I do want to read every day. And like I said, I will be reading every day because I'll need to do stuff for the girls group. So I will be reading my Bible every day, but I want to put some personal reading in there as well. So I'm going to set a goal of 2 times a week I have to read something personal. And I think that that'll be good. I also have on here that I want to stop snoozing every day, and I'm gonna hold off on that one because I don't like at the beginning of the year we set all these high hopes for ourselves and we want to do all these things and just change our lives, and going 0 to 100 is very difficult, and I think that that is why a lot of us burn out. And so I think that you should pick like one or two things that are going to be challenging, and by one or two things, I mean like one or two things that you do every single day. Like, I obviously am setting multiple goals for this month, but not all of these are things that I have to do every single day. And when you tell yourself that you have to do something every day, but then you tell yourself you have to do like these five new things every day, that's just not realistic in my opinion. And so my theory is that if you set one to two things, you start doing it for a month, but then it gets part of your routine, okay? So then the next month, you can pick a new thing, but that old thing is already worked into your routine. So then by like the next, you just kind of build on each other. If you do that, then by the end of the year, you will be doing all the things that you are making all these goals, because I think that a lot of times we set goals for the new year and it's like, okay, like December 31st, I'm this person. January 1st, I'm going to be this other person. And that's just not realistic. So if you gradually set goals throughout the year and you remember that you don't have to change overnight, then by the end of the year, you can be that person. But you've given yourself the time to slowly adjust and make sustainable changes to be that person, which is another reason that I wanted to do this reset, because I don't just want to forget about these goals because it's easy to just keep doing what I've been doing. I want to become this person that I've set these goals for. I want to accomplish these things, and just because, life got crazy for a month and a half, I don't want to be like, we're going to call it quits for 2022. Maybe in 2023 we'll get going. I just don't want to do that. And so, if you just set one or two things, I think that that'll be really good. So I am going to take the snoozing off this month because I'm adding reading every day. And I just don't want to set too many things I'm doing every day. So I'm going to have it just kind of in the back of my mind that I want to snooze less, but I'm not actually going to say that I have to do it every day because I will automatically fail. I'm just telling you right now, like, I'm literally snoozing every single day. And so to go to where I'm not snoozing at all is just not going to happen. That is three things. Like, one is health, one is eating less, which is health and money. And then reading every day is healthy mind. Not traveling this month. For my home, I am going to put redoing The Office on a goal this month. I know that that's going to happen, and it'll really just make me feel so much better about spending time in the office. And then I also am going to put a goal of putting together all of the furniture. Like, I still have stuff from Christmas that I have not put together yet, and I really just need to do it and just be done with it because the boxes are driving me crazy and I really want to use the things that I have. So those are my two goals for the home. For Small Town Envy, I really just need to get better at posting 2 videos a week. I have done better so far this year, but then like I said last week, I didn't post at all, and so it's, in my opinion, it would have been better to post once a week and not miss a week than post 2 a week and then completely skip a week. So if I'm gonna post twice a week, I need to be more consistent. And then also I have a goal this month of hitting 100 subscribers. I think that that's doable. I'm hoping that that's doable. So I think I'm gonna call it there because that's 5 things. One thing that I'm doing every day. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that this, like, more so than sharing my goals with you, I more wanted to share with you that it's okay if you have not done everything that you put on your, New Year's resolutions or your vision board or anything. Like, and you don't have to wait until like I said, we're a quarter of the way through the year, so it's a reset. But you don't necessarily have to wait till that. Like, if it's the middle of the month, if it's a Wednesday, like, you don't have to wait till Monday. You don't have to wait till the first of the month. Like, you can just start doing this whenever. Don't take it as a lost year just because you fell off the wagon a little bit. And I hope that this is motivation to get you back running towards your goals. And I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.